Well, good morning and welcome back to At First Glance. My name is Jared Wasson.
And I'm Pastor Michael Miller from here at First Lutheran Church in Janesville. It's good to be with you.
It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you, Pastor.
Absolutely.
We are in my favorite season, the season of Lent.
Mm-hmm.
Second only to Advent. So I guess it's not my favorite season, is it? If it's second to Advent.
A high favorite.
It's a high favorite. We're doing good this season. Started on Wednesday with Ash Wednesday. Great time. I remember it fondly. And here we are on the first Sunday of Lent.
First Sunday in Lent, which always has the story of Jesus' temptation.
Always. Does it always?
Every year.
Wow, it doesn't change with the cycles.
Well, it does because we get it from a different gospel.
Oh, makes sense.
But
yeah. All right.
Matthew, Mark, and Luke
Fair
all
enough.
have that story. So.
Good. Well, I think we should probably read it, huh?
And since we're in the Matthew year,
Yeah.
we're going to hear it from Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew, for writing this down. If you're following along at home, this is Matthew chapter 4, 1 through 11.
That's right.
11. There we go. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. And the tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." But he answered, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city, and set him on the pinnacle of the temple, and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone." Jesus said to him, "Again, it is written, You shall not put the Lord your God to the test." Again the devil took him to a very high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory, and said to him, "All these I will give to you, if you will but fall down and worship me." Then Jesus said to him, "Begone, Satan, for it is written, You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and were ministering to him. This is a dense one. We start out with our old enemy,
Mm-hmm.
the devil.
And it's interesting that this follows right after the baptism. So
Yeah.
Jesus has just been
Baptized in the Jordan.
declared the Son of God, the Beloved, in whom God is well pleased. And immediately, the
Right into
Spirit
the desert. Into the wilderness.
leads him into the desert, yeah.
Yeah. That place of the desert, that's another theme that comes up. Last week we talked about how the mountain was a theme that
Mhm.
keeps coming up where God meets man. The desert seems to be the theme where man finds man. Does that make sense? Or God finds man there and there's suffering and discovery, self-discovery there. We see that with
Mhm.
Jacob,
Mhm.
where he falls asleep using a stone as a pillow in the wilderness, and
Mhm.
he said he had a dream of angels ascending and descending, and he said, "God is here, and I didn't even know it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have the Israelites in the desert. This is kind of mirroring that.
Yeah.
40 days for the 40 years,
Mm-hmm.
where they face temptations out in the wilderness as well. But here we have Jesus.
And that was a long learning to trust God
Yes.
before coming to their own land.
Absolutely. So here we have Jesus being tempted, or where it says he, after fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he's not being tempted for 40 days, but
Mhm.
After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, which is a long time to fast, then he's tempted. So he's at this point of weakness, as you and I might be weak if we were going to fast for 40 days. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I would be very grumpy, and I would be easily tempted.
Uh-huh.
And here we have Jesus at this physically weak point, but here he's being tempted and he's passing these tests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the other side of the fasting aspect of it is that fasting as a spiritual practice of prayer gets him deep into that relationship. So
Yes.
there's 40 days of prayer that have preceded this engagement.
Yeah.
So, on the one hand, I think strengthened by that communion with God, but even then, not immune to temptation.
Right.
So it's not, I guess one takeaway is that we don't, any of us, ever get beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you grow to maturity and then you're not tempted anymore.
Right.
There's always that pull. You know, there's an easier way.
Right.
There's a more comfortable way.
Right.
There's a more delightful path that you could be taking than the one you're on right now.
Absolutely. There always is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's our job then to model Jesus here, and instead of taking the easy path, instead find that good path, the path that's laid out for us by God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's three
Temptations.
tests
Yeah.
or temptations that happen here.
Should we go through them one by one?
Yeah, let's just take a moment to reflect on what's happening in each of those.
Absolutely. So this first one, the tempter came to him and said, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." But he answered, "It is written," Jesus is answering here, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." So he's obviously hungry. He has the ability, as we've seen in other parts of the Gospels, to make food kind of just appear.
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying, no, I'm not doing that. He is instead, it seems to me, giving glory to God by continuing the fast or abstaining from using his power for his own benefit.
Yeah, because he feeds the 5,000.
Yep, he's feeding others. Yeah,
He won't use that for himself. God provides. And it's not just our bodies that need to be
right.
fed.
I think there's a common belief in today's culture that if it's good for our bodies, it's good for us.
Mhm.
But as Christians, we don't believe that we're only body, but body and spirit kind of combined into one.
Mhm.
And so we need both aspects
Mhm.
to be really healthy in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so we rely on God for both of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes to provide for one, you have to do without the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think that he's saying that the body isn't important.
Well, right. No, I won't say that.
But that he's not going to trust. He's not going to trust in his own power. He's going to trust in God.
Right.
We were talking a little bit before we got on to read this and thinking about that temptation story at the beginning of Genesis, and I think something similar is going on in that story as this one. Where will you put your trust? God's provided this whole garden. Just don't eat from the tree of good and evil. But they're drawn to that.
Right.
Well, what could we do if we knew everything? If we knew good and evil, we could be like God. We could decide for ourselves. We could be gods unto ourselves, you might say. And they go that direction, and it breaks trust. And that's the beginning of the story. It's just like what happens in the world when there isn't that foundational trust.
Right.
So Jesus is tempted in the same way, but at the first step here, he's reminding the tempter that life comes from God.
Right. That's something we can give to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should we go on to the second temptation? Or do
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Second temptation. Then the devil took him up to the holy city and set him on the pinnacle of the temple and said to him, If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone. But Jesus says to him, Again it is written, You shall not put the Lord your God to the test.
Creating a spectacle, being a celebrity.
And not only that, we have the devil, the tempter here, using Scripture to try and say, you can do this.
Yeah. So
That's
isn't
interesting.
that insidious?
Yeah.
It's like those. It's like those spam emails that are going out pretending to be a be
Yeah.
a pastor,
Yeah,
asking.
you sent me many emails
Yeah.
asking for Walmart gift cards. I don't even think you need them. I didn't know you shop at Walmart.
Pretend to speak in the name of someone else and get them to slip up.
Right. But, so, I mean, what I'm seeing here is that knowing the words isn't enough. Because if you just knew the words, you could say, well, this is what is written, so it must be okay.
You can twist them any which way.
And twist them any which way to your own whim, basically, right? But instead, we have to know the meaning and really digest what it means for us today, rather than just knowing the words. And I think it's been a common practice for some to use the Christian scripture to twist things to their own benefit. And we need to be able to see that, recognize it, and then fight against it if we need to.
Yeah, and it tends to happen when you pull out a verse.
Yes. And
And
you say, here you go, here's the evidence.
without thinking about what's the context for that, and
Right.
I think the context for this verse in the psalm is that you can trust God. You can trust God.
Right.
I will send my angels to take you up in their hands. You will be safe. But that gets turned to, no, you can test God to find out if that's true, and you can show yourself to be really great.
Yep.
So again, I think this is a question of trust, and Jesus doesn't go for it.
Right. So we move on to our final temptation. This is at verse 8. Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to them, All these I will give you, if you will but fall down and worship me. Then Jesus said to him, Begone, Satan, for it is written, You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. Our final temptation. We have the devil again here. He offers them all the kingdoms of the world. Something that has already been promised. These kingdoms are not his to give. Although we call, later in the Gospels, the devil is called the ruler of this world. So maybe he's even telling the truth here. Although I wouldn't count on that either. This isn't the way to go and get them. Jesus has his path, and he has an opportunity here to avoid suffering, pain, death, to achieve that almost same goal. However, he rejects it. Thankfully, right? Thankfully for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, how many stories are there about the temptation to get rich quick?
Yeah. How many pyramid
To
schemes have I
grasp
seen in
power,
the last month or
you
so?
know, here's your chance to get ahead, to
Right.
be above everybody else.
Right.
That's so.
That's very
That's a core.
America 2026.
plot element,
Yeah,
right?
It is, yeah. You see that. Turn on TV, you'll see it. Give it 15 minutes, you'll see it anywhere. It's so prevalent today that not accepting it is a crazy thing for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just something to ponder in this story.
Absolutely.
It's like, where do we see these kind of temptations in the world around us? Where do we feel that pull ourselves?
Yep. And in everything, I think we can follow Jesus' words here, his response to the devil. You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. Is what I'm doing right now serving God? Or is it serving myself or someone else or my friends? That's something we can ask every moment about everything we're doing. And I think that's a really important question we can be asking ourselves. It's just an easy reflection to make. It's not an easy reflection, but it's a reflection we should be making.
You know, I think about Psalm 15, and again in Psalm 24, the question is, who's worthy to go up on the Lord's mountain, or who's worthy to dwell in the Lord's dwelling?
Right.
I can't remember exactly how it's phrased, but you know, it comes down to faithfulness. It's about being in right relationship with other people, not falling into these traps. And the question is, who is there who does that?
Right.
You know, we saw on the mountain of Transfiguration, Moses and Elijah. There are moments in their lives where they are
Physically on
characterized
the mountain.
as those kind, but they have their flaws and their failings. Jesus, at the very beginning of this story, right after his baptism, shows himself faithful. I will trust God. I will trust God. I will trust God. You can't draw me away, and the devil in the story gives up and goes away, at least for the time being.
He'll be back.
But the temptations don't end. And I think the Garden of Gethsemane is like that strongest. Like,
Yeah.
here it comes down to it. If there's any way out of this, I would want to take it. But
Not my will.
Yeah.
Yours be done.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So we see the model for that in Jesus, and then are given to reflect on how do we respond.
Right.
Why is it challenging to continue to put our trust in God?
Especially when
And
we
what
got
are the
all this cool
consequences
stuff.
when we don't? For ourselves, for the people around us,
Yeah.
for the world, for the earth itself. So we're called into a different way. Follow me.
Absolutely.
And that's the Lenten journey.
That's the Lenten journey.
Listen to him, as we heard last week.
Yes. That's from the mouth of God himself. Listen to him. And then as we have face our own temptations, hopefully the angels will come and minister to us as well. Just take care of us. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking now of the story of Abraham and Isaac. In that case, it's God who's testing Abraham, which is just like, that's scary.
It's very scary. Yeah.
But Abraham trusts that God will provide, and and he trusts that right up to the brink,
Yep.
and then God provides. And in this story, Jesus is, after 40 days, like we said, and 40 nights of fasting, turns away the idea of turning stones into bread, rejects the invitation to test God, rejects the devil's offer of all the kingdoms of the world, and then the angels arrive, and the provision and the support is there.
Yeah. It's a great image, isn't it?
Yeah.
It reminds me of, this is a poll, from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Mm-hmm.
Gondor is being sieged, and then the Rohirrim come in, kind of save the day.
Mhm.
It's kind of that moment for me.
Yeah,
All seems lost, and
yeah,
backup arrives.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the rub
yeah,
right there. It's like I can go so far, but then when I lose hope, then I'm looking for a way out.
mm,
Can you push beyond that
push it.
and trust that there will be something? I don't know what it is yet. Abraham, on the way up the mountain with Isaac, had no idea what way out there was, but he kept trusting.
Yep.
This faith is a serious business.
Sure
It
is.
is.
And
Jesus challenges us,
he does, and
and he shows us the way.
and this is a season of challenge for
Mm-hmm.
us. So as we walk through Lent, come with us. We'll go on the journey together.
It's a hard discipline, but
Sure is.
God provides.
God provides. Those are the words of the season, I think.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again next week.
Bye bye now.